oxytocin, dopamine, serotonin. You've heard that these brain chemicals control your sex life, but most of what you've been told is wrong. I'm Dr. Fiona Grey, sexologist and men's health expert. I help men improve performance, protect their prostate, and feel their best at any age. Today, I'm sharing what neuroscience really tells us about sexual pleasure. We'll explore why dopamine decreases and not increases during orgasm, why cuddling after sex affects your relationships, and how pornography affects your brain, according to science. Your most powerful sexual organ is not between your legs. It's your brain. It orchestrates everything from how you're attracted to someone to how your body responds during sex and the bond you form with partners. There's a lot of misinformation about how things like pornography and masturbation impact your brain, and we're going to address that too. We'll review key insights from two leading researchers, Dr. Jim Fa, a neuroscientist whose work focuses on brain pleasure pathways and sexual bonding, and Dr. Nicole Prouse, who studies physiological responses during sexual arousal and debunks myths about pornography and addiction. Let's start with how your brain learns what it finds sexually appealing. Our early experiences with pleasure imprint deeply, creating what Dr. Fa calls a template or love map. For example, if early experiences are unpleasant or lack control, the brain associates sex with discomfort or rejection. But if early experiences are positive and pleasurable, the brain tags those encounters as rewarding, forming preferences and motivation for future experiences. This also engages the dopamine and oxytocin systems, reinforcing bonding and desire. Importantly, your brain is adaptable. Positive experiences later in life can reshape your expectations and responses. Once your brain experiences something truly pleasurable, it builds habits that drive future behavior, reinforcing what brings satisfaction. When you find someone attractive, your brain triggers a motivation system governed by dopamine. This isn't about pleasure directly, but the drive to pursue it. Dopamine combines motivation and action, urging you toward what your brain has tagged as rewarding. How does masturbation affect your brain? Dr. Prouse's research shows that masturbation and sex with a partner produce far more intense brain activation than just viewing pornography. Human touch causes a significant increase in physiological responses, highlighting that physical interaction is far more powerful than visual stimuli alone. What about dopamine during orgasm? Contrary to popular belief, dopamine does not spike at climax. It increases during arousal, but decreases during orgasm. Orgasm activates other brain chemicals like opioids and serotonin, which reinforce the oxytocin system and solidify the emotional bond with your partner. Arousal activates multiple brain regions. You process visual cues, emotional content, and reward anticipation, all orchestrated by areas like the prefrontal cortex and amygdala. However, for sexual stimulation to lead to arousal, your brain must interpret the situation as sexual. Context matters. In early arousal, blood pressure, heart rate, and breathing increase, controlled by the autonomic nervous system. Just before orgasm, your brain enters a unique state with reduced cognitive control and heightened sensory focus, almost like meditation. This euphoric flow state, marked by a spike in alpha brainwaves, is believed to be a distinct phase of the sexual response cycle. During orgasm, the hypothalamus releases oxytocin, bonding you to your partner and enhancing pleasure. Your brain's reward system floods with sensations, then tags the experience with emotional importance. Your prefrontal cortex temporarily shuts down, explaining why decision-making during sex isn't optimal. The cerebellum coordinates muscle contractions in the pelvic floor, which occur at a precise rhythm of about every 0.8 seconds. Orgasm is a learned experience. You can't hypnotize someone into climax. It's a state the brain acquires through repeated pleasurable experiences. Regarding multiple orgasms in women, Dr. Prause's research found that while women may report them, physical measurements often suggest just one true orgasm, followed by heightened arousal. Post-sex cuddling significantly affects bonding. Remaining close after orgasm, especially with facial proximity, enhances partner preference and emotional connection. Dr. Fay's studies with rats showed that remaining with the partner post-ejaculation facilitated bonding, while removing the partner disrupted that connection. Now, let's discuss pornography. Many fear it rewires the brain and harms relationships. However, Dr. Prause's studies show that people who watch more porn often report higher arousal with real-life partners. This contradicts the belief that pornography dulls sexual response. The real problem arises when guilt or shame is involved. People who feel morally conflicted about porn may experience distress not due to the content, but due to internalized shame. Touch remains the most powerful stimulus. Human skin has specific fibers activated only by another person's touch, not by a device or oneself. This underscores the irreplaceable value of human contact. Finally, abstinence-only approaches to pornography and masturbation often backfire. Dr. Prause found that these methods increase shame and mental health risks, including suicidal ideation. A healthier approach is acceptance and commitment therapy, which aligns behaviors with personal values and addresses shame at its core. Sexual curiosity and variety are normal. As long as behaviors are consensual, safe, and not interfering with your relationships or daily life, there is no shame in exploring what brings you pleasure.